the last time y'all gonna see me. We gotta give Carolina credit. I thought they did a tremendous defensive job, especially in the second half. We didn't have the ball screen defense nearly as well. They did a very good job. I think there were times we showed a lot of inexperience. They took advantage of it. I thought that from an effort standpoint, I thought the effort was good. But we had some dips like coming out in the beginning of the second half. I thought we rushed some things, and I thought that defensively we could have maybe done a better job contesting those threes, which we had done a real good job in the first half. But that's what great teams will do, and Carolina and playing them, they've really improved. It's the last time we played them. Their defense has really come along, and we had to fight so hard to try to defend Baycott that now you opened up opportunities for Ingram to get 15 rebounds and those other guys to drive the basket because we're giving him so much attention. But that's what great teams do. You know, they have a well-balanced squad where they can hurt you from 5 different places. And you have to give them credit. I thought that we lost to a team that played a little better than us today. Moving forward, I just think that we got to learn from this, learn from our shortcomings and evaluate the things that we did well. We also need to evaluate the things that, in order to be successful at this level, for top 3 ranked team in the country, as good as Carolina, we just got to execute a little better offense and defense and use it, and then keep improving with our effort. Any questions?
Under the last 5 minutes, it seemed like the defense really did ramp up. You got a lot of defensive rebounds. They were kind of controlling the glass. What changed in the final 5 minutes compared to maybe that middle 10 minutes?
Well, that's my point. We didn't physically get better in those last few minutes, but that's why most of the development of a team is more mental and emotional. And just learning how to play with each other and learning how to be consistent with your effort and your focus. And I think you're 100% right. But we had that dip. And against really good teams, you can't have that. You know, you got to be blocking out every possession, else you're gonna give up 15 rebounds to one guy. You know, and when we're not totally in sync offensively or defensively like we would like to. And we've been struggling a little bit with getting an inside presence where we can benefit from throwing the ball into the post at times and drawing fouls and giving teams something to concentrate on other than defending us on the perimeter. Those are areas where we got to get better in. And I think it showed up in those dips we had, but we got refocused. I thought that toward the end of the game we had a chance, but we missed a couple free throws, and they got a chance to get to the free throw line a little more better, and they made their free throws and we didn't hit out. What free throws we got?
What do you think it says though about this team and the potential and where you are compared to where you were, that you didn't maybe play all that well, and you almost you had a shot in the final minute to maybe take the lead against one of maybe the best team in the United States?
Well, that means that we're getting better. Early in the year, we had a lot of coming and going, you know, with Fletcher, Gainey just trying to hustle to get back to some level of competitiveness with his recovery. Primo not being available at all. Cam Cohen going down with the fractured toe. And it didn't allow us to get the right rotation that we seem to have now. You know, we seem to be in a good place with us learning a little more about how to utilize who we are. And then we got a couple guys that they're still adjusting mentally too and emotionally. You know, this is not as easy as one would think. You pop up there and the gym's full and it's going like it is. There's some adjustments that you have to make when this is your first time in this environment. But if we can just worry about that which we can control, number one, give Carolina credit for what they did. Let's go back and evaluate, correct those things. Now that our efforts seem to be a little bit more consistent. And early in the year, I thought we were a little inconsistent. We were kind of up and down, and our highs and our lows, but we seem to have leveled off now with us expecting from each other what level of, 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 of effort that we're giving. Now we just gotta get that execution part down, where we moving the ball, letting our system work for us to get some high percentage shots other than just making plays. Now we are a little bit more of a playmaking team. Now we gotta add in, let's develop, let's get offense from our system, and I think you'll see us continue to get better.
You have so many new pieces on this team in terms of just like those end game situations. How important is it just for them to keep getting more opportunities in those situations?
Well, you know, we work on those things all the time, but what happens is you focus sometime on those end game situations, but it's that play during the overall part of the game that puts you in those situations where you need to have those individual things. So if you're more consistent with your rebound, more consistent with contest, it's very hard to hit a three when you're being contested. And I thought that the threes that they hit to me in the second half, we really didn't have the same level of effort to contest those shots. And good shooters will make those shots. And that's one of the things that, since they put the 3-point shot in there, I mean, most kids spend half their time, at least half the time, working on threes. And they'll make them if you don't contest them.
Coach, a couple weeks ago we were talking and you said that it was a pretty empty arena, and you said that your guys are going to have to give some fans something to talk about to show up. Your fans tonight were rocking through and through this game. Can you just talk a little bit about being able to step up to the plate and give them something to show up for?
Well, you know, we've enjoyed tremendous fan support since we've been here. I mean, they've had a tremendous, they have had a lot to do with success that we've had here over the years. Just being there and through the good times and the bad times. All we got to do is just do our part. But we were who we were in the beginning of the season. I mean, we were not nearly as good as we are now. We didn't have the quality of the depth that we have now. Now we got, some guys back healthy. And so people normally respond to what you give them. And I think that we're starting now to show that the effort is there and the potential for us to have a good season is still available for us. Now we just got to go out and do it. And the fans, the day it was so loud that it was hard to communicate. I mean, I got a kid 10 feet from me, and I can't hear what he's saying. He can't hear what I'm saying. But that's part of the excitement of college basketball. And I think I got to give our fans a big shout out, because they had a lot to do with us competing against one of the top teams in the country.